All right, guys, what's going on? Good morning, good afternoon, all. This is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Welcome to our first market recap that we're starting every day, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about the markets, what happened, what didn't happen, and your questions. So if you like the morning note, you're in the right place because we're going to recap everything that happened today. And just like the morning note, we're going to answer your questions and go from there. So good afternoon. I got to get used to the good morning. I always used to saying good morning to you guys. Now it's good afternoon. All right, let's talk about it. Dow closed down 461. It was green this morning, in the afternoon as well, early in the afternoon. NASDAQ down 1.83%. S&P down 1.18% at 45.13. The VIX closed at 14.45% to the upside at 31.12. The dollar index 96.02, up about 0.03%. Yields fell today, about 9 basis points at 1.434, down 0.62%. Gold gained slightly on GLD, up 0.40%. I'll take a look at the futures here on it. Yeah, gold gained about 0.37% on the futures side, 1783 an ounce. Silver 22.31, up 2.19%. Let's take a look here as well on Ethereum, down about 2.23% on the future side. Right now, the actual peak of Ethereum to Bitcoin, BTC versus ETH, is near its peak. I had that screenshot here. Where is it? Yep, it's at its relative peak from May. So ETH is gaining accordance against Bitcoin right around the May peak. Bitcoin futures 57,280, slightly red as well. That's where we are this afternoon. I gotta get used to afternoon. I keep saying good morning. All right, let's take a look at the. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the groups and see exactly what moved in terms of the sectors. Utilities break even for today, no gain. Pretty much the only one that wasn't red. Consumer cyclicals were red. Communication services were red. Technology was red. The biggest losers, the three biggest losers in terms of sectors: real estate down about 1.5%, healthcare down about 0.75%, consumer defensive down about 0.85%. Again, outperforming the broader market in terms of just the sectors itself. Financials outperformed the broader market even though it was red. Let's take a look at the heat map for the S&P 500. This is courtesy of FinViz. You can see a couple of greens here and there. Tesla's down about 4.35% today. Ford gained about 2%. Again, a lot of defensive names. Procter & Gamble, regardless of what happens in terms of the COVID variant, Omicron, I'm going to mispronounce that. You're still going to get deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, toilet paper, right? So again, those are your kind of your hedges, your portfolios, kind of hedge insurance. Colgate Palmolive, same thing. Kimberly-Clark, Philip Morris, we're going to still smoke cigarettes, right? Altria, Dollar General, PepsiCo gained. Home Depot, slightly red. Lennar did well in terms of the home builders. D.R. Horton did gain a little bit. NVR is up, so the home builders did okay. Utility-wise, NextEra Energy gained, so you got a mixture. Crude oil, for the most part, even though crude was down today about 0.71%, the names ExxonMobil held, even with the market fall, even though now crude oil is at a bear market, 20% off its highs. CVX was down slightly. You got Pfizer gaining, J&J in the healthcare field, Bristol Myers gained, ABT, Abbott Labs gained. So again, a lot of healthcare gained. One of my favorite names was actually slightly green, United Health. In terms of semiconductors, AMAT gained, Applied Materials, Lam Research, KLA Corporation, Intuit QuickBooks, that's why I remember Intuit QuickBooks up 1.78%. CRM after their earnings yesterday, again, they did beat earnings, but again, did fall 11.74%. One of my top 5 in terms of cloud names. I don't own it. I do own it in SpyG though. Micron gained 1.37% today. Microchip gained. AMD fell a little bit. Obviously, it hit all-time highs recently, down about 5.85%. Nvidia down 3.80%. Still love these both. I would love to buy in a dip if I get enough. The financials, the payment processor, I've been taking just licking after licking. Visa down, PayPal down, MasterCard down. I still own PayPal. In terms of the banks, JPM down about 0.59%. Bank of America down 0.142. Morgan Stanley, I do like long term. They gained today. But other than that, again, kind of a lot of Christmas colors you see. A little bit of greens and reds, not all red. Microsoft down only 0.15%. Apple was on fire today. We hit calls on that one as well, down about 0.32%. If you saw the morning note today, we talked about Apple, those 170s. If you caught them, congratulations. Google down about 0.60%. Facebook down 4.27% today. Twitter down about 2.5%. Disney down 2%, 52-week lows. Netflix down 3.76%, and AT&T continues to just slide down another 2.63% today. So that's where we are in terms of the market. You could see right around 1 p.m., right around 11, we started fading, and then we finally broke down. So let's kind of chart it before we start going. We start answering some questions here. Again, you can see the big fall here. We finally broke this support here right around 45.63. We had SPY puts with the group. We caught those. Congratulations. We're now looking at the 50-day. We did break it. So I always say when in doubt, zoom out. That's always important. You can see here in the 1 year period, that 50-day moving average has been pretty much a decent support for our next leg up. That's my expectation. I think we do get a Santa rally. I think that 50-day breaking, worst case scenario, we'll tap 44.84 or 44.69, which is right near the 100. The last time we broke below the 100-day moving average was in October, and then we had the November swoon. Before that, we haven't even approached the 100-day moving average on S&P 500, which is S&P futures, which runs 24 hours a day except for 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's why I'm doing it at 5 p.m. So again, I like SPY here. I'm watching to see if we do tap that 100-day moving average. I like SPY calls, especially ahead of non-farm payroll on Friday. So again, I think this is getting to the point a little oversold, again, technically here. So again, breaking down below that yellow line, that 50-day moving average, I'm watching to see if we do get a bounce. I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow that we do get a nice little relief bounce in the market. Maybe Asia bids us up, but it's kind of been that kind of scenario this week, kind of the, sell the rip, buy the dip, sell the rip, buy the dip, back and forth volatility. Talking about volatility, let's take a look at the VIX, which is the volatility index. We spiked above 30. Again, I was thinking that we were going to get a double top. We didn't get that. We actually broke above. Now we're starting to test here this resistance around 31.81. If we do break above that, it'll be the highest level since 37.51 since January. But until then, you've seen kind of a downward trend, a spike, and so on. But again, when in doubt, zoom out, and you can see if we go to the 20-year period, you can see just lower lows and lower highs as we go. So we're way away from the COVID scare 85 on a VIX back in March of 2020. But again, 31 is still something to be careful for. Obviously, I've always said anything below 20 seems to be bullish. Above that, that's where you start getting concerned. But at the end of the day, you could see here in terms of a 20-year period, you get spikes all the time. You get 1, 2, 3, 4. You get these 1, 2 one-off spikes, and then we come back down. So I do expect us to rally toward the end of the year. My 4,800 S&P target is still intact, in my opinion. Granted, we're now at 4,500, so you're probably saying to yourself, Carlos, you're full of crap. We're not going to get there. The world's going to end. Okay, if that's what you think, but I'm still sticking with the bullish thesis. I think we rise tomorrow and Friday. So that's where I'm at in terms of the market. Let's go ahead and answer some questions here. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on G.A.R Capital. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, comment your questions, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on anything. The latest market action got me feeling strange. I just shouldn't. How do we see tomorrow playing out? I do think we bounce tomorrow. I think we get a little bit of a relief rally after today's action. I think dip buyers will come back in, and I think most of this is just overblown. My portfolio is red, Carlos. What's going on? Stocks go down. And if you don't want your portfolio being red, best bet, hold cash if that's what you want. Thoughts on 2022 market? That'll be for the top 10 stocks of 2022 on the podcast. I'll go over that. So holding some of those IWM puts, hoping for some juice tomorrow. I took those IWM UOA puts for 20%. I wanted the base hit. I was worried about that 50-day moving average on S&P. So again, it does have some juice. There was a lot of volume on those IWMs. That I think it was like 75,000. It was for, I tweeted about it too. I believe it was January, what was it, January 5th, January 7th? I don't remember. I want to say it's the 21st. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, there was some UOA. We caught it. Actually, I can bring it up here. Let me see. Unusual options activity. You can see here, it was the 195s for Jan 21. let's see, Jan 21, 195. So I'm going to have to expand the strikes. This is always fun. Jan 21, yep. And it was, which one was it? The 195s? 84,000 in vol. Yep, now it's at $5.49. We got in at $3.99. Maybe 30% it would be at right now. So again, we're slow rolling, but I got 20. I'm happy with the base hit for the guys. So it's all good. If you're holding, that's fine too. It's a good trade. I just wanted to get the guys a little juice going in terms of getting some profit. Do I invest in Leaps? I do not invest in Leaps. If there's a stock I like long term, I just buy it. Corsair Gaming is a good choice at the price. I don't know much about Corsair, to be completely honest with you. If you like it, go for it. But again, I've been asked that question more than time. I don't own it. I don't recommend it because I don't know much about it. Let's see here. What stocks are stocks a target for Santa Rally? I think tech is still the way to go. Again, they're very insulated to any kind of COVID variants. So I think mega cap tech is still your flight to safety. Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, those boys. What do you think on Roku and DraftKings? I love them both long term. I had a lot of questions in terms of that. Roku, again, I'm up nicely on the stock, so it really doesn't bother me that it's down because it's a long-term core holding. 180.49, I'm buying more, so I have no worries there. I had a question regarding DraftKings, and I said the same thing. If you don't like it, just sell it. And there's no point of becoming to the point of stressed out over stocks. It's just not worth it, guys. If you're freaking out, if you're losing sleep, just sell the damn thing and move on with your life. It's just not worth dealing with. So again, I like DraftKings. I actually use DraftKings. I play fantasy football on DraftKings. So I love the future of sports gambling coming to the masses, more than likely becoming law federally. So again, I love DraftKings long term. Yeah, it's getting slammed now. I'm not worried about it. I'll add at 27.51, not a problem. BABA, I'm still holding. Nothing has changed there. What do you think about the Dow breaking the 200-day DMA? Keep in mind the Dow is not exactly equally weighted either. It's a ton of value names as well, and it also has energy names in there. Energy, financials, transport. So it's not a great index. I still like the S&P. Granted, the S&P is not equally weighted either. But again, the Dow is really only 30 stocks. So I really don't put that much weight into the Dow personally. I don't even look at the Dow mostly. I think we rise after Biden speaks tomorrow. Biden, I think, speaks tomorrow and Friday. But I wouldn't put our hopes on any politician to change anything, to be honest with you. Yes, thoughts on BABA? Nothing has changed for me. Again, I'm holding. I know it was one of those things, you know, it's easy when it's going up, but when it's going down, that really tests your nuts and see if you really like the stock. That's why if you bought a stock today and it fell 30% tomorrow, would you sell? If you say yes, don't buy the stock. Don't just. That's why I say to people, buy companies that you consume, that you like, that you want to be part of. If you really like Starbucks, then buy Starbucks. Because if it goes 30% down, will you sell it even though you still get your lattes or whatever? Probably. You're not going to sell. So again, whatever keeps you invested in that name, go for that stock. But if you're doing speculative names, oh, my friend's barber's cousin's parole officer told me about such and such. I bought some shares. You have no idea what they do. You have no idea about their future. You have no idea about their financials. You're going to sell at any single point of where, you know, we fall, a slight fall. So just a heads up. Let's see. But Elgato brand, I don't know what that is. Why is suddenly so volatile? Because of the variant? Well, Chairman Powell was talking about being more aggressive and more hawkish towards the tapering because now inflation is something that he's watching. Welcome aboard. And then also we have the variant, whatever, Omicron scare. There was a case in California, so now everyone's freaking out, more lockdowns, what have you. The president already said that there's not going to be any more lockdowns. That's what he said. So again, you could take that with a grain of salt. I'm not going to get into politics here. It's absolutely pointless. Everyone has their own point of view. I value everyone's point of view by all means. But again, at the end of the day, I wouldn't put any faith into a politician. They're just people. And keep in mind, regardless of who the politician is, they're looking out for them and their people, regardless. If you think your president or your senator or anything are looking out for you, you're in for a very, very rough time. So there you go. Never heard of Elgato. So there you go. Yeah, guys, when it comes to politics, don't waste your time debating it. It's pointless. Do something better with your time, to be completely honest with you. Everyone has their view, left, right, center, up, fucking down, left, right, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's you vote how you want, you like what you like, and you go from there. But this idea of people worshiping and someone such and such is going to save me, my savior, he's going to save this, make America this, build back better that. Listen, let me give you 2 fingers to show you exactly what that means. It means nothing at the end of the day. You're in control of you. Okay, no senator, no president, no representative is going to save your portfolio. No senator, no Fed chair, or anybody's going to get you a job. Nothing. That's up to you. You are in control of your life. So again, this idea that such and such is going to save me, or this person wins the election, then my life is better. That is the dumbest thing I'll ever hear. You do you. The politics will be politics. They're all getting paid their way. They got their lobbyist money in their pocket. Leave that alone, man. Again, I say politics is like sports teams. You have your team, you love your team through good and bad, right? If you are a Lions fan, it's a lot of bad. If you're a Patriots fan, it's a lot of good that you've been used to lately. That's the name of the game, guys. The name of the game. TQQQ at current levels. I'm not going to do TQQ, but I'll take a look at QQQ, not TQQ, because it is a triple leverage ETF. And if you had a triple leverage ETF and TQQQ today, you got ripped. How do I know that? Because it's down 5% in comparison to only 1.70% on Qs. So we'll take a look at the daily. The daily, we're off what? Not even 20 bucks off the highs. And that's nowhere near a correction. That's nowhere near a recession. That's nowhere near a bear market. 20% is a bear market, not $20. So 480 is that 50-day moving average. Again, when in doubt, what do? You zoom out. So again, we broke the 50-day before, but what has been a consistent kind of support? That 100-day. So that's where I'm looking for to buy some more tech, right at that 100-day moving average of 374.98. Actually, I might buy some QQQ there. You can see that we've been holding that 100-day moving average. If we even zoom it a little more, you can see that 100-day has been consistently pretty good. Well, other than COVID in 2020 and 2018, that fall that we had. But other than that, it's been pretty consistent right above that 100. So use your moving averages as a really good guideline to get into names that you really, really want. Is the Gar Sale over? Yes, the Gar Sale is over, the Black Friday sale. That ended on Monday. So again, next year we'll have another Black Friday sale, and we'll go from there. I don't know what Path is. Is that Path, Mark? UiPath. I have no idea about this company, but again, it doesn't look pretty. I'm assuming it's an aggressive growth name. I'm assuming it's at 52-week lows. I'm trying to expand it even more. It's at basically all-time lows. If you like it, if you really like it, you consume the products, go for it. I have no idea what they do, so I have no inclination to buy any of this. DraftKings, yes. I like DraftKings, example. Everyone's different. If you like Path, Mr. B, go for it. If you don't like it, then just skip it, and you go from there. All right. So I guess we'll leave it there. No more questions, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in our aftermarket recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like. Give us a comment. Again, it really helps with the YouTube algorithms. I never asked for that. I have to start asking for it now because it really helps the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note. GARCapitalFX.com is the website. Cheers, guys. Namaste. Have a good one.